Alright, hey, welcome back to Real Food Blog. This episode we're going to be showing you how to do my grandma's Spanish rice, okay? Pretty quick, pretty easy, so I'm going to get started on this, but this is one of our family favorites, and I think you'll really love it. And so we're on Periscope now. My name is Christopher Ortega. We're also on YouTube and on Facebook on Real Food Blog. You can find us and join our group. So let's do this. So this is show you what we're working with. We've got a hot skillet, or a skillet that we're going to get hot, rather. Okay. We're going to use a half of this onion. We're going to use 7 garlic cloves. The magic number is 7. My grandma always said. I don't know why. That's just the number. We're going to use some salt. We're going to use some about a half can, 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, a whole can of chicken stock, a little bit of vegetable oil. And so there are 2 ways to peel garlic. Okay, first of all, there's the, hit it with the back of a knife and it comes off and you can cut it from that point, right? The other way is if you have one of these, this is old school, this is my grandma used to use, which is pretty cool, and you just take it and put the garlic in there, crush it with the mallet, and it comes right off. So however you do it, it doesn't really matter as long as you peel the garlic, right? Because no one wants that garlic skins in their food, right? So we're going to continue to do that. These other garlic, okay? And I remember always going over to my grandma's house, and every single time I went over there, it would always smell like Spanish rice. I don't think there was a time ever that I took a trip to grandma's when it didn't smell like Spanish rice. And it's something that we incorporated when I was taking care of my father when he was ill for about 5 years. We moved into our home and we took care of him, and I remember being really on a strict budget, and at that time, and that we started, hey, look, we can cook beans and rice 2 or 3 nights a week, to stretch things and stuff like that. I learned how to cook through the process, also with a great deal of help from Ryan Rush over the years, and others. But anyway, make a long story short, is our Spanish rice has a history, goes back generations, and no matter where you cook it, it always smells like you're at grandma's house, which is pretty cool. So now you got the garlic peeled. We're going to do a rough chop on this garlic, okay? And that's one of the things my uncle used to complain about, was that, to my grandma, he would complain that the garlic's cut too big. And it's just he doesn't like garlic. But I don't know how you don't like garlic, right? Okay, so we got the garlic rough chopped, okay? And then we're going to take half an onion, and we're simply going to dice it, okay? We're just going to dice this onion, okay? You can use red or white. I just happen to have yellow onion, which is what she used anyway. She could also throw some peas in, and that's totally optional. At least she does not allow that to happen in our household, but you could do that. I'm going to open up a can of chicken broth, okay, and tomato paste. I'm sorry, tomato sauce, okay. And so put some oil in the bottom of the pan, right? This is canola oil. You can use vegetable oil. You can use butter if you like. Okay, so I'm going to put the onions in and the garlic. Turn up to medium heat. Okay. Aha, one thing I forgot. The rice. The most important part. Okay, I showed you all the ingredients except for the rice. You guys would have thought I was crazy, right? It's a really good Spanish rice. without the rice, right? No, it wouldn't be that good. Okay, so basically, you want to let the onion and the garlic sweat out a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. Though my grandma did this really quickly, okay? She didn't mess around with it. She just dumped it all into the same pot, basically. Okay? So then we're going to put the rice in. I don't know the exact measurements for this recipe, but you can find them on Real Food Blog on Facebook. You can look us up, join our group, and you also can check out the recipes. And you just do a search for Spanish rice, and the recipe will come up, and probably another video or something. Okay? So we're going to put a little bit of salt. Okay? We'll put a little bit of the tomato sauce. Excuse me. Okay? Then I've added over the years a couple things. I like to add a little cumin. Okay? A little comino. And I like to add, if I can find it, a little chili powder. Totally optional. You don't have to do that. I like to do that. And then turn it up to high, and now we're going to add the chicken stock. Okay? And I remember she would add just a little bit more. She'd add a little bit more water to the can. Again, the exact measurements are on the blog. Okay? So basically, now we let this concoction, okay, come up to a boil. Okay? See that? We let this come up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, we'll stir it, okay, to make sure that the rice doesn't stick. We'll cover it. Reduce it to simmer, and when I mean simmer, not a low simmer, not a high simmer, a medium simmer. I don't know. Every stove is different, but you want it to cook in about 15 minutes covered, right? And you don't want to peek at it, okay? You don't want to have it too high because it will cook too fast. The liquid will boil out too fast, and your rice could burn or not be cooked at all. You don't want to cook it too slow because then it won't simmer, right? If you don't simmer it high enough, then what will end up happening is the liquid will not boil off. You'll have a big soupy mess, and you'll have more like risotto. But you gotta, it's dependent on your stove. So I'm just gonna say a medium simmer, if that makes any sense, okay? So now it's boiling, okay? Check it out. Okay, so now, at this point, we can stir it, right? I'm going to add more liquid just because I can sense these things, because I have the force. No, just joking, because I've done it so many times in the same pot that I know what it should be at, and it looked a little low. Especially that I'm eyeballing the rice too, so I don't use exact recipes all the time anymore. But that's why I have the Real Food Blog, so I can look them up if I need to. So this is the Spanish rice. We're going to close her down. We're going to stir her. Like we close her to medium simmer, which is between low simmer and a high simmer, so in the middle. Cover it 15 minutes. At that point, we can check on it. And turn it off, and take a fork through it to fluff it, right? And then the rice can sit until dinner's ready, or you can transfer it to some Tupperware or whatever you got to do. Hey, or you can serve it right away because it's fresh rice. There's nothing better than fresh rice. So hey, this is my grandma's Spanish rice recipe from our family to yours. Thank you for joining us on Periscope. Thank you for joining us on YouTube and on Real Food Blog on Facebook. And we'll see you next time right here on the Real Food Blog.